Now, to discuss this further, we're now joined by Tshepo, the spokesperson of the Marikana Commission, and in Pretoria, Dr. Samadoda Fikeni, an independent analyst who joins us from the Pretoria studios. Gentlemen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you and to your viewers.
Now, Dr. Fikeni, let's start off with you. What exactly is the purpose of commissions of inquiry?
Well, reasons are quite diverse for a commission of inquiry. It's when a major incident, especially that which is tragic, has occurred, then a commission of inquiry to find out what had happened with the aim of making recommendations and therefore correcting this never to happen again. That's the first one. The other one, it also arms the government to come up with new programs and policies. But at another level, such commissions would lead to prosecution if certain people were found to have been on the wrong side of the law. And then you do have commissions of inquiry which may be used to justify actions of government, such as a policy that is to be implemented. Therefore, they look at feasibility of that being done. At a more cynical level, though, commissions of inquiry politically can be a tool to take off the steam whenever there is a great concern and outrage, to show that you are doing something, and in the end, when time has passed and many people and the emotions have died down, you sort of find a way of locking away the report or classifying it, and at that time you'll have managed the public anger. And another cynical level, it's when you use a commission of inquiry in order to punish your political opponents, where you investigate them to finish them off or to destroy them.
But, Doctor, are they effective, these commissions?
Well, if you take the South African history, commissions of inquiry have not been effective at all, because even if you go back to the Goldstone Commission, nothing came out of the investigation, though monies were spent, and the report itself was never fully, disclosed to the public. And you come to the Arms Deal Commission and many others. There have been exceptions where, for example, you have the Bulelani Ngcuka, the Heifer Commission, where it was being held in public. Therefore, people and the public could make their own determination even before the report came out as to what had happened. But ultimately, though, South Africa is notorious for, one, not following recommendations and not publishing the results.
Now, the recent Arms Commission and the Marikana currently, are you impressed with their operations?
Well, since they fall into the same pattern of many other commissions which have come before, I worry that they may actually suffer the same fate of exercising the emotions, money is being spent, a lot of stuff being done. At the end, you don't find a very specific submission of recommendations and an action thereof. So that in itself means certain things could have been done even without a commission of inquiry, and those who feel aggrieved could have simply approached the courts.
Massaging public debate, exercising the emotions of the public out there. Tshepo, you are the spokesperson for the Farlam Commission, or the Marikana Commission. The commission is a judicial inquiry into the events at Marikana. What is your mandate?
Thank you very much. Our mandate is quite clear. You recall the incident that happened in Marikana last year, to the effect that the President of the Republic exercised his special powers that he's got in terms of the Constitution of the Republic, to then say, I don't understand what happened in Marikana. What I do know is that this is a matter of public interest, and therefore I have powers to set up a commission of inquiry to investigate what happened in Marikana is concerned. Really, bottom line is to conduct investigation, gather all evidence that the commission can amass, as well as conduct hearings, but most importantly, establish the facts as to what really happened in Marikana, in this case in Marikana, as it were, and then make recommendations to the head of state to say, how can we then avert a similar incident from actually happening? That really is our mandate as a commission.
Do you concur with the sentiments from Dr. Fikeni that says, the commissions really are there to manage public perception?
Well, I can only speak for Marikana Commission of Inquiry. I cannot purport to speak for any other inquiry for that matter. But what I can say is that if you look at the commission, you have credible human rights activists, lawyers, as it were, in the name of retired Judge Falam, who's chairing the commission. You have commissioners, two commissioners, Commissioner Hemraj and Commissioner Tokota, who themselves have an illustrious career of defending human rights cases in the country. So at that level, to start off with, you have people that are very, very credible, who have demonstrated over a number of years their capability insofar as handling each of these measures is concerned. That's the first thing. The second part, you have also in the evidence-leading team representing the commission, or working with the commission in this instance, you have other two very senior advocates Advocate Patlenda as well as Charles Kassen, who themselves also bring a lot of experience of defending human rights lawyers. So from that point alone, you brought a team that has been charged with a specific mandate to fulfill. But again, maybe it warrants that we should unpack how commissions actually function in respect of this Marikana Commission. The President of the Republic appoints the commissioners. The evidence-leading team and other investigators are appointed by the commissioners themselves. This is to assist in terms of ensuring that they remain independent and they're able to can fulfill their work, as it were. You would look at the number of days we've set in the commission. You would look at the number of witnesses that have come through before the commission. You would look at the number of transcripts that are in excess of about 12,000 or so, that reflects work that the commission has been done. So by and large, this commission, if anything, it's done very professionally, it's very thorough in its work, and of course, it cannot make any findings at this stage as a commission up until all evidence has been heard. But maybe just a point I should also need to sneak in here quickly. It is also important for the commissions to keep an open mind when information is brought through before the commission, so that they cannot be seen to be making any findings, as it were, until the time when they complete the investigations and the hearing, and therefore be able to can make recommendations to the President of the Republic.
Squabbles about not enough funding for the defending lawyers, delays for the commission. Do you think that the public still has confidence in the operations of the Marikana Commission?
Well, the information we have is that undoubtedly so. You have a number of people who are in attendance. You have no less than 12 participants, team of advocates who are participating in the commission, who have an interest in putting across a certain point to the commission, as it were. And the feeling that we have, and rightly so, is the fact that the commission does believe that there is overwhelming public confidence in the work of the commission, as it were.
Dr. Fikeni, credible judges, credible defense lawyers, is that enough to make a commission of inquiry work?
Actually, we might be missing the point altogether. The point here is not the credibility of people who sit and constitute the commissions, nor even the quality of evidence presented or the witnesses who come forward. Because that team, more like, if I use the metaphor of a doctor, it's the diagnostics of the problem and the prescription. Once you have done your part as a commission, what happens to the commission? That's the key question. If then you were to say, we went to the top doctors and we diagnosed everything, And in the end, the patient never took any one of the prescriptions or was never taken to the surgery to be operated on. It makes no sense at all, because taxpayers' money is spent and we go through motions. And some of these commissions, by the way, are meant to preempt legal challenges or constitutional challenges before they take place.
Now, looking at that, people are looking at the Farlam Commission and they want answers. Are we likely to see the answers coming from this commission?
I will go back to...
Okay.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yeah, let me go back to what I said earlier on. The commission will establish the facts as per its mandate. Of course, the Prof is correct in saying that, and I like the analogy of a doctor and a patient, by the way. The fact of the matter is that, indeed, the commission will make its findings at the end of the commission, make recommendations. And of course, it is then the prerogative of the President of the Republic to then say, I accept these recommendations, I'm going to implement them, or to reject all of them or part of them, as it were. But now, that cannot be the issue of the Commission. I'm here to say that to guarantee all South Africans and the world at large that this is a credible Commission, it is doing a thorough work, and it's continued to do work that will bring forth the results as per its mandate.
Now, Doctor, if not then a commission of inquiry, what are the solutions, or what are the alternatives then?
The first one, there is nothing wrong with the commissions of inquiry when you do have a tragedy like Marikana. That in itself, I think it's very important. But the question here is not what is the quality of commissions of inquiry in South Africa, but rather the output and the end results of it. The alternatives, to come to your question, firstly, it's simply to say, let's evaluate all the commissions going back. Look at the monies which are spent and look at the implementation of those. If we see that these commissions do not do the work, let's simply abandon them, be as discreet, be as circumspect as possible. Only in very rare occasions where the outcome is predetermined to say, should we get recommendations, we will implement those, or engage the public in the implementation and the feasibility. And secondly, should we get the results, we'll publish them so that everybody knows what happened. If you were to start from that step whenever you appoint a commission, then it makes a whole lot of difference. However, the other alternative is simply to use the existing institutions and say, your Chapter 9 institutions, like your Human Rights Commission, can you look at this case? Because they are already there, they are already paid for. But once you start spending 100 million there, 50 million there on the commissions, which in the end are never released. And mind you, this has been systematic through different administrations. It's not just the current administration.
Now, Tshepo, the question and the issue of funding for the defense lawyers, have that been resolved already?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it has not been resolved in the manner in terms of following the law, as it were. You would recall that the lawyers of those who represent the injured and arrested, they took the state to court, and their case was heard about 2 weeks or so ago. The commission has information to the effect that the judgment will only be passed on Monday, this coming Monday. So we are not aware, the commission is not aware as to whether or not that issue has been resolved.
And when is the commission continuing?
The commission is resuming on Monday.
Resuming on Monday.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for your time. That was Tshepo Mahlangu, the spokesperson for the Marikana Commission, and Dr. Samadora Fikeni, an independent analyst. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.